Alright, so my goal here is to develop a simple web service, REST API using Spring Boot. And I want to get it built and hosted in the cloud using AWS. Of course, as a .NET developer, most of this stuff is somewhat familiar, but as they say, the devil's in the details. So I want to get my hands dirty and figure out what all the fuss is about. Okay, so first off, gotta launch IntelliJ. It's going to be a new project. Spring Boot's already selected on the left. Then we'll just name it Java Spring Boot Speedrun, and keep Java selected, and pick Maven for the build type, to keep it simple. I'm picking Java 21 for LTS, and we'll keep jar as the package type, and properties for the port configuration. Click Next, and we can select the one dependency we're going to need for REST with an MVC architecture, Spring Web. Click the Create button, and there we go. Don't need the help file, and expand the window. Let's dig in. Source, main, Java, and there's our project folder. Right-click, going to go ahead and add a package, call it controller. From there, we'll add a class, string controller. Got an empty class, and here we can decorate it with a REST controller annotation. Going to add a public method, returns a map object. That's the JSON response. Add a reference, and call it count characters. And we can pass in some string parameters, value and target, decorate them with request params attributes, automatic binding. And we can get this get mapping attribute to help with the routing, type out the resource path we want to use. Now for this step, we'll just hard-code the response so we can test it. We want to return how many times the target character occurs in the value string. Here we got 3. There are 3 R's in strawberry. Alright, now here's a good time to run the app. Watch it start up in the console window. There's the Spring Boot logo, and here you can see the ports automatically set to 8080. Let's go open it up in Chrome. Localhost 8080, there's our path, query string, and there's the JSON response, count set to 3. If we change the target value to T, we get the same result because it's hard-coded. Let's go fix that. Back to IntelliJ. Close the console, stop the app. And then back on the left, right-click the project name. Going to add another package. We'll call it service. Then we'll add another class file, string service.java. Then to help with the dependency injection, we'll decorate it with the service stereotype. Here we can define a public count occurrences method, returns an int, pass in a string value and target. We can start with some basic input sanitization. If it fails, spit out a 0. Check if value and target's not null or empty. Good enough. Here we can initialize the character we're going to count from the target. Initialize the count. Then we're going to loop through each car in value string, looping with an I variable. And increment the count if it's a match for the target character. And that's kind of it. There's our service. Now we can go back and update the controller. We can add an immutable field to hold on to our string service once it gets set, and that means we'll need a constructor for the service to get injected and assigned to the field. And with that, we can use our new service. Replace the hard-coded 3 value with a call to the count occurrences method. And there we go. Let's run it again. Pop over to the browser. We're going to change our value to pineapple and target to P. The count's still 3. Update target to I. The count's now 1. One more. Change the value to Steve. There are 0 I's in Steve. But if we change it to E, we'll get 2. Very nice. Back to the IDE. Close the console, stop the app. Now we're going to open the resources folder. There's an application properties file. Let's add server.port and set the default to $port 8080. Well, first let's try 8081 so we can test it out. Go ahead and run it. Notice it's initialized with port 8081. Head to the browser and hit refresh. The old URL can't be reached. That's good. Update the port number to 81 and there we go. I'm going to set the property back to 8080 for default. Close the console, stop the app. We're just about ready to deploy it into the cloud. We got just one more thing to do. We can head up to the menu, onto View, expand tool windows, scroll down to Maven and click on it. Over on the right, we got the Maven pane. Find the name of our app, expand it, lifecycle. Double-click Clean and make sure we don't got any leftovers in the target folder. Then double-click Package and watch it compile with all the dependencies. It's going to spit out all the artifacts into the target folder. We can close the build window and head over to Target. Expand that and we can see our jar file, ready to go. Alright, so I've logged into AWS and opened the Elastic Beanstalk page. We're going to keep this bare minimum simple, no fancy containers. Click Create Application and we're going to fill out a wizard. Close the pop-up. Keep Web Server Environment selected, and here we'll enter the application name, Java Spring Boot Speedrun. Scroll down, we'll keep the default environment information. Under Platform, select Java with AWS's Java 21 runtime for Linux. Platform version stays the same. Then we'll scroll down to the application code pane. Select Upload Your Code, local file. I'm going to navigate to the jar file we just built. Little coffee cup. Click Open. Okay, we'll keep the free tier single instance, just one and done. Of course, I forgot to enter a version, but we can just put anything. 1.0.0, and then you can click Next. Okay, Configure Service Access. This is where we set all the IAM roles used by Beanstalk. Here you can see the service role and EC2 instance profile is pre-populated with roles I already created. If you don't got those, you can click on the Create Role buttons and follow the workflow with default values. From here, go ahead and click Next. Set up network and database, nothing here for us. Scroll down and click Next. Instance and traffic. Most of this stuff we don't need. Go ahead and scroll down from instances to capacity. Notice we're using the single instance environment type. Keep it cheap. Scroll down some more. Here we can remove the T3 small instance type. Micro's going to be good enough for us. Want to keep the costs down. Scroll down and click Next. Here we got a big old configuration page. Going to deselect managed updates. Not going to need it. Scroll down, scroll down. At the bottom we got some environment variables or properties. Here's where we set the port number to 8080 so it can match the default. Cool. Click the Next button. We can review all our settings. Good enough for a POC. Click Create. And here you're going to see a lot of spinning while Beanstalk provisions everything for you. You can check out the events table for updates. Boom, 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 and there you go. It's launched. If you click on the domain link they give you, you can actually hit the service from the web. Now, of course you're going to get this error page because we didn't set up a default. But if you type out the full path, API, strings, count, and then type out the query string for target and value, you can see there's 3 R's in strawberry. Pretty cool. Formatted in JSON, and now you can enter pineapple and test it out. Change the target to P, L, there's 1 L in pineapple. Very cool, we did it. My very first Spring Boot web service using REST and MVC and hosted on the cloud. I like it. That said, remember this is just a POC. I didn't secure the URL with TLS, and if you're following along, don't forget to tear down the environment. You can do that by clicking on Action and Terminate Environment, and there you go. Alright, my name's Steve, and you can find me on YouTube or LinkedIn. Take care.